What's going on, everybody? This is a friend Tinoco. If you haven't met me yet, I am a Mexican American living in North Memphis. If you have, you know these things. And I am native to the area. I have gone out to some very uh, um, overpriced but very rigorous institutions to obtain an education. I've come back, and after some zigzagging around in my personal fortune, I am employed in a professional capacity in a major employer here in town. But I want to say that I make these videos because I want to be your new best friend. And I don't mean you as in you specifically necessarily, but in as many people as I want. I want to make as many new best friends as possible. I don't ask for money. But I'm say that without any fear of being in error, that about my motives, because I'm here to tell you exactly what you need to know and what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And what I mean by that is I make videos with an aim to put a dent in the one's mindset as it would have been formed by the predominant media and political and cultural and religious apparatuses that are largely in concert, whether or not you know it, in order to form your opinions. In order to form your opinions, in order to form your politics or lack of politics. Um, I actually subscribe to the opinion of a transplanted American playwright from Germany, Bertolt Brecht, from the 20th century, and he said anybody who avoids politics is an idiot, is an imbecile was his word. Why? Because politics determines even the price of bread. Politics determines a lot of what you go through, especially if you are a not independently wealthy. Um, right now, we are in a situation where, because of the productivity of our economy, so few have amassed so much riches, um, unimaginable riches, uh, multi generational wealth at our expense, largely. And This is not up to discussion. If you looked at the changes in our income distribution, this is true, and this is something that is um, right now we are at a crossroads in our society in the United States. This um, this wealth gap, as is supported by a lot of our Democratic leaders, especially notably, and Republican, of course. I'm not partisan. Okay, I'm not registered. Fun fact, not registered. I want to tell you what is going on and where we need to get our minds at. Today is a very specific day in that today um, Bernie Sanders' amendment for $15 minimum wage has failed. Amendment to the COVID relief package. It failed in the Senate. It failed with the necessary cooperation of several Democratic lawmakers. And so I could make a separate video on that. But this is in spite of the popularity and the necessity of this. If you disagree that this is what needs to happen for our economy, well, I tell you that you're probably more uh, you've been programmed to have that opinion on purpose. You have that opinion on some for someone else's purpose. No one should have to leave their house, especially their children, at home. No one should have to leave their house for 35 plus hours a day and for some to take care of someone else's business and not be rewarded with a decent standard of living. I live in Memphis, Tennessee, as I told you. Um, and let's say you raise the minimum wage to $10. Okay. You cannot, I'm telling you, you cannot live a dignified life worthy of the effort you put into another's enterprise for 35 plus hours a week and come away with anything that resembles a decent standard of living. And living in Memphis, we have one of the lowest cost of living of any city of hardly any size, let alone the big cities of which are our peers. Um, I mean, the only places with lower costs of living are that are the size of the urban footprint of Memphis are the lower Rio Grande Valley, possibly New Orleans, possibly. Uh, this is something to consider, and I regret that it did not call Madame Marsha Blackburn's office today, and I forget who the new guy is. I should know who this person is. The other senator who was just elected. It's not Hawley, but it's somebody. I forget the last name of the person who is now the replacement for Lamar Alexander, who retired. I guess to clean himself off and for being Republican, and he took an extra long shower after having to work in support of the Trump administration. But anyway, come and chime in, subscribe. I want you to listen to what I have to say. Stop me in the street if you ever see me, and let's talk about stuff. Okay. If you don't see me, just there's lots to talk about. Lots to talk about at the local, state, and federal and national and international level, with respect to how the decisions that are made on our behalf affect our well-being. So anyhow, I'm sorry. I apologize for the long introduction to my series, but I want you to know what you need to know and not just what you want to hear. This is your new best friend, a friend Tinoco, checking in with you, and we will see you in the videos below. Thanks.